Commerce and Research Center, Mahatma Gandhi College, Trivandrum. Today with us, one of my best friend, Dr. Vikas Deep sir from Punjabi University, Patiala. We start our session with a silent prayer and Acharya Anusmaran. Thank you all. Today's session is exclusively related to bibliography, and we got an eminent person, professor from Punjabi University, Dr. Vikas Deep sir is there. Now I invite Sri Vishnu Gopan, Assistant Professor, Commerce, Mahatma Gandhi College, Trivandrum, for the welcome address. Over to you, Vishnu.
Thank you so much, sir. So good evening, one and all present here. Welcome to the 9th day of 10 days National Online Research Talk organized by the PG Department of Commerce and Research Center, Mahatma Gandhi College, Trivandrum, in association with Indian Accounting Association, Kerala branch. The theme of today's session is how to write an annotated bibliography. For the session, we are having one of the most renowned personality, Dr. Vikas Deep, Assistant Professor in Management at the University School of Business Studies, Punjabi University, Patiala. He is the coordinator of the Center for E-Learning and Teaching Excellence, Punjabi University, and he also in charge of the training and placement cell of the department. Presently, sir is the General Secretary of Bhatinda Management Association, a body under the aegis of IMA, and General Secretary of Punjab Commerce and Management Association. He has versatile experience of more than 30 years, both in corporate sector and teaching. He has extensively traveled to more than 20 countries in Indian subcontinent, East Asia, Africa, Europe, South America, Middle East as a corporate executive. So has participated in numerous trade exhibitions in various parts of the world and represented India as a member of various business delegations. He is an Infosys certified trainer in developing soft skill among students for enhancing their employability. So he is a master trainer and a resource person with Mahatma Gandhi State Institute of Punjab Administration, Chandigarh. He is also being invited as resource person for conducting FDPs on research methodology, research analytics using SPSS at different universities and various colleges in the country. So has published many numerous papers in various journals, conferences, and chaired many technical sessions at various national and international conferences. Recently, Sir has completed an international project with Cuts International on the topic Gender Dimensions of Trade Facilitation Agreement Evidence from Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal. So his main area of interest are marketing and research and analytics. So we are so happy to be with you, with us, sir, and we are so privileged to have you as a research person for this session. And with due respect, on behalf of Department of Commerce, Mahatma Gandhi College, and Indian Accounting Association, Kerala branch, I extend our heartfelt welcome for this session, sir. Welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
And
you,
also,
Vishnu. Yes.
sir, and
Yes,
also
yes.
welcome our honorable principal, Dr. Ample ma'am, and head of the department, Dr. Dilip AS, and the coordinator, Dr. Vinod AS, and all my colleagues and all the participants to the session. Welcome all. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Vishnu. Now it's the time for session. Vikas sir, over to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. First of all, thank you very much, Mr. Vishnu, sir, for wonderful words. I'm grateful to PG and the Research Department of Commerce, MG College Trivandrum, for giving me this opportunity to interact with the intellectuals and the researchers. A very good evening to you, Principal Sir, the various Principal Sir, the faculty members, and the participants of this workshop, this 10-day program. My special thanks to my friend, Dr. Vinod Siridharan, for posing faith in me for inviting me for this session. And I hope like I'll be able to do a little bit justice on the topic. So the topic for today's discussion is annotated bibliography. So like before starting with the topic on annotated bibliography, let's have a little bit background, because most of the time when we are writing our research papers, and whenever like we are presenting our thesis for PhD or other research papers, we are using two kinds of terminologies. Sir, am I connected? Because it's for me, it's like talking to
Yes, yes.
space, because I cannot see anybody. So I hope everything is
Sir, it's
audible
okay.
and the screen is
Audible,
visible.
audible, sir. No
You're
problem.
audible.
Thank you.
You're audible.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. See, like the most important part in our research is whether it's a research paper or it is a thesis. Like we take the help of two things. One is the references, and second is the bibliography, right? So, like before we start with the formal discussions, a step further, that is annotated bibliography. Let's first try to understand what are references and what are bibliographies. Anybody from the participants, can anybody explain what are references, what are bibliography, and what is the difference between the two? Anybody from the participants, please? Let's build the base. Let's get along so that let's make it an interactive discussion. Anybody, what is a reference or what is a bibliography? Is there any difference between the two? Sir, are the mics open to everybody?
Yes, yes, yes. It's open, sir. No problem.
Okay. Anybody from the participants, please? Maybe you can put in chat and somebody can read from the chat, because I cannot see even chat here. So, okay. See, like most commonly we are using two terms. One is references and one is bibliography. And like in certain papers we are mentioning references, in certain papers we are mentioning bibliography, and in certain papers we are mentioning both. Now, what is the concept or idea behind these two terms? First, let's try to understand what are references. See, references are the sources that you have been directly cited in your research, right? Like you have referred certain like a research paper or a thesis or an article or a book, something like that, and you are directly taken that material and you have put it into your research paper or research work, then it comes under what? References, right? But what is bibliography? Bibliography is all the resources you have used for your research, but they may not, they may be like consulted, or they may have been put directly or indirectly in your research work. Like maybe you have consulted some work, but that has not been directly quoted in your research work, then it comes under what? Bibliography. So what's the difference between the two? Like reference is a subset of the bibliography. So bibliography is a thing which you have gone through everything to your research paper during your research work, but you may or may not have quoted that source in your research, but that has certainly helped you to like carry out your research. But in reference, like we are directly quoting or citing in your research what you have, like whatever source you have referred. I hope this is clear. So that means like so what we do, like both references and bibliographies we mention at the end of our research work. So it's not mandatory or it's not optional. Like either, like you can have references, you can have bibliography, or you can have both. So this is what like the difference between a references, bibliography, and the like how do we use them. So like I'm using 20 slides. There are 20 slides. I think I'll take almost 30 to 35 minutes, and the rest of the time I kept for discussion. I'll try to conclude in 35 minutes, because first slide is just a title slide and last slide is a thank you slide. So only we have 18 slides to share with you. So like what is annotated bibliography? See, annotated bibliography is a step above your bibliography. So what is annotated bibliography? Okay. So before I start explaining what is annotated bibliography in this session, like I'll try to focus on 4 things. What is annotated bibliography? Why do we do annotations, right? How to write an annotated bibliography, and what's the difference between abstract annotation and literature review? So these are the 4 things I'll be covering. I hope Vinod sir, this is okay. I think we don't need to add anything else.
No, sir. It's okay. Fine now. You can continue.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So first, let's try to understand what is a annotated bibliography. See, list of citations, they are followed by a brief summary or analysis of your sources. See, like we are referring different sources, and whenever we are starting any research, we make a bank of references of citations, the papers which we may consult for our research work, right? So while we are creating those citations, maybe in any format, so after those citations, we can prepare a list. But if that list, like for each citation, if that has a brief summary or analysis of the source, like let's say you have referred certain paper which have been written by Dr. Vinod, and you are quoting that as a citation, but whatever he has mentioned in that paper, right? If I'm going through that, the text or the context or the content of that paper, and I'm trying to make a brief summary or I'm trying to analyze those things, then like it becomes annotation. So it gives information about the relevance. Why do we need to do annotation? Why do we need to prepare a summary? So basically that summary or analysis of the source is known as annotation, right? So why do we prepare those annotations? Because it gives information about the relevance and quality of the resources you cited. See, it's very important, like what all we are citing, right? Because it's very important that whenever we are preparing any research paper, we must refer only those resources which are of quality and which are relevant. And that is the first thing I think when any reviewer looks at when we send a paper for the review, that what all things I have reviewed. Like if you are sending a paper for a B category journal or A category journal, it's important that we must have all the citations from A plus or A category journals. Then only will stand chances for publication. But if I am sending a paper to a journal which is a A category and I am
Sir,
making
your
citation,
voice is breaking, sir. Excuse me, sir.
is it okay now?
Your voice is
Yes,
breaking,
yes.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it so? Is it so,
Yes,
Vinod,
it is.
sir?
It is okay, sir. It is okay. I can hear you.
Ma'am, please check your network connection.
Ma'am, please
Yeah.
check your network connectivity, ma'am.
Okay,
Please.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
it is clear. It is clear.
So in case if there is any issue, please let me know. Right. I hope my what would you say whatever I'm saying what do we call it uh, the pronunciation and all that gels with the audience.
No problem, sir. You can continue. No problem. It's okay.
Okay. So basically what we are doing, whatever citations we are giving, we are preparing a brief summary. And why? Because that gives us information about the relevance and the quality of the resource which we are using. And normally it's a 150 to 200 words of description or interpretation of the source. So what does that mean? What is a annotated bibliography? So whenever we are making a 150 or 200 words description of the source which we are using as citation, right? And that is known as the annotated bibliography. And what is the purpose behind it? Because just to understand the quality and the relevance of the citation which we are using. And please understand that this is not only important for the like your supervisor's viewpoint or your examiner's point of view. This is very important as a researcher or as a like a student. Why? Because this will give you a like holistic idea about the research proposal which we are working on, that what all to include and how to proceed further. So that is why these days annotated bibliography that is becoming more important, or like people they have started writing annotated bibliographies. I hope everybody understands now what is a annotated bibliography. So how do we write annotated bibliography? this is a 3-step process. So we'll discuss each step in detail. Let's first try to understand what are those 3 steps. The step 1 is evaluating sources to find out that will genuinely make your paper shine. See, like we refer a lot of sources, right? You have different, like you go to Adesco, you go to elsewhere, you go to like Wiley, we go to Emerald, or we go to some local journals or something like that. So the first thing is, whenever we are writing annotated bibliography, so what does it help? It helps us in evaluating that, like, are they genuine? Because the quality of your citations determines the quality of your paper. See, what all you have referred, that will determine the quality. See, most of the time, like we guys, we concentrate on data analysis part. See, learning techniques is not a big thing. Analyzing data is not a big thing. The important part is like what we have done before that data analysis, and what is most important is building the model for research. So in most of the journals, those who are great journals or good journals or maybe A category or A plus, they are more concerned about like what citations you are using, what all you have reviewed, how you have built your model. I think that is the first and the foremost and the important thing while we are conducting our research. So the first rejection, or the most of the time rejection, happens like before are the objectives of the study. So that is why it's very important that we write annotated bibliography, because that will help us in evaluating the sources to find out that will genuinely make your paper shine. Second is, like once you have prepared a list of sources, then second is writing annotation for each different source, right? So how do we write annotation? We'll discuss it in the future. And third is like you have like you can write annotation, you have the research paper, but like you have to choose your citation style. I hope like everybody is aware there are different citation styles. It could be APA, it could be MLA, it could be Chicago. So there are different citation styles available. So that means like you have to follow these 3 steps while we are writing annotated bibliographies. I hope like the audio is clear. Can we move on to the next slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay.
Audible, sir.
Thank you. So what is the first step? The first step is analysis of sources, right? So in this analysis, need to I have divided this in 3 parts, that while we are analyzing sources, what all we need to see. So in step 1, the first thing we need to see is critically look at the topics, sources and research. Like whatever sources you are looking at for that research, you critically look at them. What all you have to see? You have to look at the author's qualification. You have to look at the credentials of the author. You have to look at the date of the study. You have to look at the relevance and the current times. See, maybe there are a lot of research that keeps happening, and we refer certain research papers, those were relevant at that particular time, but those researches, they may not be relevant in the current scenario. So I think the first step is we need to check author's credential, right? It is very important, like who is writing that paper, right? And when was that study conducted, and how relevant and how current that source is which I am trying to cite, right? Second is like we need to check about the analyze about the publisher or journal. See, there are a lot of predatory or fake journals running around, right? A lot of paid journals, a lot of all those things are happening, especially in our Indian subcontinent. I'm not saying India, in entire subcontinent, a lot of malpractices are happening. A lot of publishers are there in the town, those who are publishing your papers with all hanky-panky, maybe in back dates, maybe with money, maybe all those things. So it's very important that where did you get published. So it's like you get your degree, like where I am studying, like as a student you feel proud that I am like my alma mater is this, or I am a alumni of this university. So similarly, like your research also has a alma mater, your research also has an alumni base, like who is the publisher, which is the journal. So like So that means like you have to look that it has to be distinguished and reviewed by professionals in the field, right? So like whatever publisher journals we are using, the reviewers for their journals, they must be professionals in that field. It's not like that a management paper is being reviewed by an engineer. The engineer may be like, he may be the best researcher is in his field, but is he reviewing for his domain? If I am from management, if the paper is from marketing, whether I am reviewing from marketing or I am reviewing from anything which comes around, right? So it's very important that there is a professional reviewer, and research by unknown and unreputable journals will not make a good source. So please make sure that whenever we are using any citations, or whenever we are writing annotated bibliography, please do not use substandard journals or publishers' work. The paper may be good. I don't know, like maybe the research work may be good, but once that paper is going for publication, the first thing your reviewer or your like journal will look at who has published that journal, right? So that is very important. So you must like in the analysis of sources, the second is look at the publisher or journal. Third thing is like there are a lot of other things we must evaluate while we are analyzing the sources, like the intended audience to whom this paper has been addressed. Are there any errors which can be easily made out by you? Is there any omission of facts? Are there any biases from the researcher? Are there certain opinions which are being presented as truths? What is the credibility of the source? So I think you'll appreciate like all these 6 things, they are very important for a like quality research. So like before citing any work, it's very important that you analyze that research work from all these 3 dimensions, and then only if you feel convinced, yes, this is what will make my paper quality paper, then only we should pick up that uh, source, and we should make citation, and then we should proceed with the annotation, right? So I'm moving on to the next slide. Second is create your annotations. How do we create annotations? See, critical academic eye to dive deep into your resources. Once you have chosen a resource, you have chosen a resource that this is the citation, this is the paper which I need to work upon. Like you need to have a critical academic eye to look at that paper, right? It's not like that one size fits all, right? You have to create your annotations with different types. There are different ways of creating annotations, right? So it depends what kind of research I'm carrying out, and depending upon the nature of research, there are three types of there are 3 different ways of writing annotations. And what are those 3 different ways? One is descriptive and summary we can club into one category. Then second is evaluation, and third is it could be combination of all these 3. It could be a descriptive, it could be summary, or it could be an evaluation of the work which has already been done by the researcher. So let's try to understand all the 3, that what is a descriptive annotation, what is a summary annotation, what is an evaluation annotation, and how can we combine all those 3 if the need arises. So first let's try to understand what is a descriptive annotation or what is an indicative annotation. See, do just what they say. See, like we are only describing what all has been done in the research work. So descriptive annotation is nothing but it is a quick summary of the source and the argument. Like whatever argument has been made by the researcher in that particular work, in that particular source, we are only preparing a quick summary of that work, right? Like it may be like what are the objectives of the study, what was the research methodology, what are the major findings, what does it have concluded. So it's a quick summary of the work, what all they have done. Describe the main points and chapter within the resource. Like if you are referring a bigger resource where there are a lot of chapters, maybe like we can discuss what all has been discussed in various chapters. We can describe the main points which have been listed in each chapter. Then shows why this source was essential and made it your list. So like And why? Because basically, what is the purpose? The purpose of writing descriptive annotation is you're trying to convince your supervisor or your evaluator that why this paper or why this source was essential and why it came to your list. Why? Because, like, let's say you are carrying out a research work, like you are referring, you are citing 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 papers, right? So you have a long list which you have cited. So it's very important that as a researcher, you should be able to convince to the reviewer or the examiner that why this was essential and why this paper has come to your list. So the descriptive annotation will basically indicate this, right? Is it clear? Is everybody on board? Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. It builds my confidence. It gives me energy. So let's look at the example of descriptive annotation. See, like on the above, like if you look at the top on 2 lines, we have written annotation, the citation. I'll discuss citations later. Just go for the citation, Dow John measure what matters, how Google, Bano, and the Gates Foundation. See, like if you look at this paragraph, what does it say? This book is written by Dwyer, who is the chair of Venture Capitalist Group. The book describes how a business organization can use OKRs to drive a company's focus through agility while leading to explosive growth. These are first person, behind the scenes, race studies narrated by leaders like Bill Gates. This book helps us guiding understanding of the business management strategies that drive the success of large companies. So if you look at this annotation, what he has done, he has only described what all there is in the book. There is no critical analysis in this, right? There is no viewpoint which has been added by the, like, the person who has made this annotation. He has only described what all has been mentioned in that particular research work. So this kind of annotation is called descriptive annotation, right? Second is the evaluation annotation. What is the evaluation annotation? Like basically, like we are trying to compare and contrast it with the similar work which has been done by the other researchers. We can compare and contrast with the research which has been done in different times. We can compare and contrast it with the theoretical models, what theory says and what this research is saying. So like it has overarching rules to the sources, why it fits into your paper as well, right? So you have to evaluate that particular source, that why it is like, here comes in evaluation, the question of why comes. Why? Because the reliability of the information and bias might have. So dig deep into the resource, like you try to, in evaluation, it's not only like based on the work which has been done by the person you just described. That basically you are trying to evaluate, you are using your own academic eye to critically evaluate that work, that is there any bias, is that information reliable, does that information fits into your research paper. So you have to deep dig, and even you have to compare it with the other similar research work which has been done by the different people during the, like the part of during this journey of research, right? So like if you look at the example for evaluation annotation, see if you look at, I'll just read the paragraph. Through primary resources like original letters, song lyrics, and casualty lists, the author, a historian, archaeologist, provides a fresh narrative of the Civil War. The author dissects primarily sources like witness testimony and original newspaper accounts to clearly understand the battles fought within the Civil War. It not only takes you through the major battles, but the mirror one happening in the West to provide you a clear picture of the war. While it's an interesting to see the war through fresh eyes, it lacks in some areas due to its overarching look at the entirety of the war. See, now if you look at this annotation and if you compare it with the previous annotation with the descriptive annotation, see like some evaluation work has been done by the researcher. He has examined it more critically, like what all they have done, what all they have tried to brought it out, and what all they have not been able to do. See, he has mentioned like it lacks on certain areas. That means like he's trying to find out certain gaps or maybe some research biasness or some other thing. So this kind of annotation is called evaluation annotation, right? Then like we can have a combination annotation. In combination annotation, what we do, you may spend a few lines describing and summarizing. First you summarize what all is there, right? Then the work, and then we evaluate it also, right? We describe the source, like we use a combination of descriptive thing, or like what we call like indicative thing, and then we like try to write some critical analysis of that research also. So that kind of annotation is known as combination annotation. I hope it's clear to everybody that what are different types of annotations and what all do we mention on those annotations. Can we proceed further now, or is there any query till now? Can we proceed, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll ask question at the end of our
Okay.
session.
See, this is just an example of annotated bibliography in MLA format. See, we are all aware that how do we write. See, this is an example. If you look at this, how do we write annotated bibliography in MLA format? This is with the evaluation of resource. Like you just try to understand the screen. How do we write? See, like there is a margin, 1 inch margin on the top side. Oh, sorry. Right? On the left, there is a margin, right? On the right side, there is a margin. Like if you look at the top, right? On the right hand side, we write page number, right? On the top right corner, and that page number is 1/2 inches from the top, right? Then after 1 inches from the top, in the center, we write annotated bibliography. Then next to that, in the center, we are writing citation. And please try to understand this writing method of annotation bibliography is different for each citation style. So I am discussing for MLA format. For MLA format, in the center, we are writing annotated bibliography, then we are writing citation in MLA bibliography. Then like we give an indent of 1/2 inch, then we write the summary. See, right? We have written the summary of the work, right? Then again, like there is a citation. Then again, there is a 1 inch mark. See, second. See, there are two kinds of annotations written. One is summary type, and another is evaluation. But this is the style for writing annotation in like MLA format, right? So now writing style, let's discuss in detail writing style for annotations for each citation type. See, normally we use 3 writing styles for writing annotations. See, like whatever language we are using for writing annotations, we can pick up any of these 3 things. First is phrases. What are phrases? Phrases are basically short phrases providing the information in a quick and concise manner. Like we are writing in bullet points, we are writing small points in details, the phrases we are writing, and they are the style of annotation. Second, it could be in the form of sentences, like we are writing a sentence and writing out a complete sentence with proper punctuation and grammar, right? But we must keep our sentences short and concise. So the way that we write, it could be the writing style could be annotations, or it could be a paragraph. See, like longer annotations and break the information into different paragraphs. We can have more than one paragraph while we are writing annotations. So that means like we can use different writing styles, like whether I'm writing those annotations in phrases form or small sentences form or in the form of paragraph. So we can pick up any of these 3, or we can use a combination of them for writing those annotations. So third is like annotated bibliography format. See, like I just explained you the MLA format, but we didn't discuss it in detail. So basically, whenever we have to write any annotated bibliography, 3 things are important. What are 3 things? One, first is the title, right? Second is the annotation, and third is the citation.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there any question, please?
Any question?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like 3 things, I think we need to focus on 3 things: title, second is annotation, and third is citation. Let's try to understand what all it is. See, annotation is same in all the styles. Title and citation varies on your style, right? So what does vary in these three things? How do we write title, or how do we cite that particular source that changes with the style, whether I am picking up a MLA style, or I am picking up a APA style, or I'm picking up a Chicago style, right? So all these three styles, the only thing what changes is the style changes, but with the change of style, what changes? The title and citation writing style, right? The annotation remains the same. So how do we write? Let's see. Let's take an example of APA format. So where do we use APA format? APA format, or we use normally, why it is called APA? Because it is given by American Psychological Association. So this is used mostly for the research in science and for writing technical papers. So how do we write APA style annotated bibliography? So if you look at the page, right, it's a like the first thing is there is a title, class and gender in Pride and Prejudice. This is the paper, this is the source, and this is the title. If you look at this title, so what I have done, like in APA format, the entire title, it has been written in the like capital letters. So please note these things. These are very important things. Then after that, on the right side in the same alignment, what we have written, the page number for the citation, right? Then it is a running head, right? Then on the center, on the next, you have to write annotated bibliography, right? After that, we have to write the citation style. I hope everybody knows now how do we write in APA style format. First, we write the name of the author, starting with the surname, dot, then the first letter of the first name of the author, then in brackets, the year of publication, then the title of the paper, and that has to be in italics, and then the publisher, right? This is all what we write in APA format. And then after that, like we write the paragraph about the, like this, what is this paragraph? This paragraph is about the annotation which we have prepared. It could be descriptive, it could be evaluative, or it could be a combination of the both, right? So like there are a few tips on this, like while we are writing annotation. So like we should always write it in Times New Roman, 12 point double spaced, right? And 1 inch margin throughout, right? I hope I'm not too fast.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're okay.
So
Perfectly.
how do we write? Clear font, like we need to use Times Roman, 12 point double spaced. Second, there has to be 1 inch margin throughout. Third, the last name and the page number at 1.5 inch down, right aligned, right? And first line of the annotation indented at 1/2 inches. If you look at the annotation where it is written, like this is indented at 1/2 inch, right? So it's a right line, right? So this is an important thing which we need to keep in mind while we writing in the APA style. And similarly, like previously we have done for, if you want me, we can go back to that slide. This in like MLA format. So in MLA format, what we do, we use Times Roman font, 12 point double spaced, 1 inch margin throughout, right? Last name and page number 1.5 inches down, right aligned, right? List authors in alphabetical order, right? And first line of annotation is indented at 1/2 inches, right? So these are the two things which I wanted to explain. Then third is, I hope MLA style we have discussed. Yeah, we discussed APA. And in MLA style, what happens? In MLA style, like if you look at this work, right? See, there is a difference. Like there is a top margin of 1 inch, right? And on half inch from the top, 1 inch from the right, we write page number, right? Then we write annotated bibliography. Then we write citation, and then we use indent for the first line, and then we write the entire work. And there is a margin of 1 inch, and there is an indent of 1/2 inch. That means 1.5 inch when we are starting, right? Whenever we are, and the citation comes here. So what are the important things while we are writing in MLS style? Again, we'll use Time New Romans 12-point font, double spaced, 1-inch margin on throughout. Last name page numbered at half inches down, right align, and the first line of indent is half inch. But please see, like mostly the difference is very less. But the only thing is you have to take care like how you're writing citation. Now, if you look at this MLA style citation, it's different. Here the author's name is written full, Austin Jane. But when we were working on APA format, it was only Austin.J, Pride and Prejudice. Then we have written the publisher name. Now the year has gone to the last year of publication, but what had happened in case of APA format, the year of publication was just after the author's name, right? So be careful while we are writing citations, that what style I'm picking up, whether I'm using MLA or an APA, and these are very like they have been done by those associations, and we need to religiously follow them. Like, and the MLA style formats are mostly used for languages, arts, and humanities papers. Is it clear? Okay. Third is Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Third is Chicago. What is Chicago style? So Chicago style is basically a catch-all type of style with author, date, and notes bibliography citations. So like these are not much popular in our India, but if you have to write a annotation in Chicago style, like you can see, like it's written bibliography for references. If author date, you just write author's name and then the details. Again, the funda is same, like it is a 12 points times New Roman, double spaced, 1-inch margin, running head, and page number at 1.5 inch, right? Annotated bibliography, 1-inch down, right? So this is all about the Chicago, right? Then the last, but the most important part is, because a lot of people, they'll have query, sir, like we are using different sources, we are preparing summary for the source, we are preparing, we are evaluating the source. Then what is the difference between a annotation or a literature review or an abstract? See, there is a lot of difference between a literature review, abstract, and annotation. Let's first try to understand what is literature review, what is abstract, and how does it differ from the annotation. See, what do we do in literature review? In literature review, the purpose is to review and tie together the previously published research work to bolster writers' own thesis. See, like whatever has been done in the past, the author's job is to link all those things together so that we can have, like, we can prepare a chronological or some thematic order of the research work which has been done in the previous, and that literature review suggests way to move the research forward, because we put up the things in such a way that it helps in how to move forward. Why? Because whatever literature review we do, it helps us in finding the research gap, right? So basically, literature review is being used to find out the research gap and giving you direction for the future. So preparing a literature review helps students in learning how to find and critically evaluate sources, right? And whereas what is abstract? Abstract, the purpose is to inform an interested researcher about the topic, about the problem, about the methodology, about the findings and conclusion of the research, right? So you as a researcher, you are trying to tell your interested researcher who is who may cite your work, basically to create his interest, or you want to create an attraction so that your paper may get cited. Why? Because everybody wants his citation score to go up. So you have to make it clear in your abstract. Why? Because in the first go, anybody who is trying to refer any source, on the basis of what he decides whether I have to quote this source or not, this is the abstract. So abstract is nothing, but what is this? This is your what I can say, this is your outdoor display, advertising display, so that the paper your paper gets into the potential researchers work, right? So it's very important that we we are able to bring it clearly that what is the topic, why the problem, what is the methodology, what are the findings and conclusions, so that the researcher gets attracted to dive into your work, right? So this abstract helps students to understand whether this source is good one for their own paper, right? Because on this, most of the time, the first and the foremost thing for deciding any source is your abstract. So an abstract is written as a summary rather than to serve as an evaluative purpose, right? It's not an evaluation, it's only a summary of the entire paper. Whereas what was annotation? Annotation is only 100 or 150 words or 200 words, maybe a description or evaluation or a combination of all those things. I hope this makes clear what's the difference between the three: the literature view, abstract, and the annotation. So this is all from my side on this topic. So I hope I have been able to finish within the given time, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if there are any queries.
So now is the time for a question answer. Those who have any doubts regarding the presentation, you can switch on the mic
Should I
and ask.
stop sharing now, sir? Can I
Yes,
stop
sir.
sharing, or you need the slides?
You can put the first one, sir. The first slide.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Now, friends, you can
I
now ask.
I may not be
ask
able
questions.
to answer your all questions, but that will help us in exploring further this new insight into the research that writing annotated bibliographies. I must say honestly, Dr. Vinod, I am highly grateful to you for opening this new area that's writing annotated bibliography to the young researchers. Why? Because it will help them a lot to understand and to work on quality research. I must congratulate you, and I'm highly grateful to you for deciding this topic. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's time for a discussion. Participants can switch on the mic and ask questions.
Can you see, sir? Maybe people they might be writing in chat, or maybe there are only two reasons: either they have understood everything or they didn't understand anything. So I don't know what is the scenario. Vinod, sir.
Yes, sir. So there is no question in the chat box. Everybody is thanking you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Because
sir.
all of
Sir,
them
could I,
enjoyed.
excuse
Yes, sir.
me, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
please.
Sir,
Yes.
the question is coming out of my sheer ignorance only, but hoping that I can be a little enlightened.
But before you start
where?
Just a minute, ma'am. Before you start asking your question, please, my rule in life is no question is a dumb question. Right? Every question
Thank
is
you very much.
important in life.
Thank you very much, sir.
Please go ahead.
So, would you give any instance, or where is this annotated bibliography being used, or I mean, I don't see much of it being used in.
That's what I'm saying. Like for research work in India, these things, they are just new. Like people in West, they are using it for quite long. But if we have to carry out a quality research work, if we do not like our paper shines, if we want our paper shines like a thing, if we want our rejection rates, they become they get lower, right? So if we write annotated bibliography, I'm sure if you write annotated bibliography for 60, 70, 80, 90 papers, you will be able to build your model in much better way before starting your formal research. So I think this is what we have to get into. This is a new insight, and I think this is a great work which has been done by somebody.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
It was a very nice presentation, sir.
Thank you,
I-
ma'am.
Sir, I have a question. That
Mhm.
is, if we want to cite of one author, that is, he have written in 2016 as well as
Right.
the same paper but different title and different topic in
Right.
2017.
Right.
We want to that is how we want to take that is we can mention the reference.
So, like, you mean like the
Can we
authors are saying?
mention- Yeah, author.
Let me understand.
they are
Author is
different.
saying, title is same, journal is same. The
No,
only
sir.
year of publication is same, different.
Author is same, title is different. That is topic is same. That is
Mhm.
marketing. It comes into marketing, and title is different. But we
Okay.
want to mention the author's idea into reference. That is into
So
literature review.
you want to club two different papers in one
Yeah.
citation.
Yeah. How we can write it, sir?
See, there are two ways. Either like you write. See, first you prepare the citation, right?
Okay,
Then in
sir.
brackets you can write about both the authors, and you can give citation at the back. See, in any case, like you are not giving citation at the like the full citation is not given in the research work. In research work, only we mention author's name and the year, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, like
Yes,
in
sir.
brackets, you write for both the authors. Like for the first author, for him you are mentioning, you write his name and year, then put comma, then you write second paper's author's name and year, and at the back you give citation for the both, full citation.
Okay, sir. Can we put that is if the author name is Varghese and he written paper in some year 2016, comma 2017. Can we put it like that, sir?
Yes, no issues. Like you have to. I didn't like get you like the same paper. Is the title different or the same title?
Title difference, sir.
Title different, then you can like only thing is you can authors, like if you are clubbing the reference, so whatever annotation you have made, that means
Okay.
you are clubbing the annotation from two different papers, right?
Yes, sir. So we
if
have
you are-
to
that's
separate.
what, yeah.
Okay.
If you are clubbing the annotation from two different papers, after writing the annotation in the bracket, see the whatever we have explained, annotated bibliography, this is only like which you have to prepare before writing your research work. Once you are
Yes, sir.
writing your research work, this annotated bibliography will not go into that. In
Yes.
that, like you have to write the way you are writing your research work. This is
Okay.
only to make like your research work more quality work, so that
Okay.
like you have a better understanding of what all you are referring, what all the sources you are referring to. This annotated bibliography will help in that. In any case, this will not go as it is in your research publication, right? Is it clear?
No, sir. Last point I couldn't get it. That is, if we are writing the paper,
this
it will be
this
helpful. Yeah.
this annotated bibliography is
Okay.
only a background work for your research paper.
Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
annotated bibliography in the format what I have explained, you cannot write in this format in your research paper,
That's true, sir.
right?
That is,
That's what I'm trying to say.
we can use the APA format.
Yes, you can use the APA format. Like citation style, you can use any. That's not a big issue. The only thing is like if you are combining two sources and you're writing a single annotation, then after writing the annotation in bracket, you have to put author's name and both the years. And at the end of where you're writing bibliography, you write full citation for both the years, giving details of the paper, whatever style you are choosing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right?
Thank you. Okay, sir. Sir, then I have other one doubt.
Yeah.
The first slide you have explained about three types of first slide, sir. That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain it again, sir? Yeah, this one only, sir.
Analysis of source.
Yes, sir. Can you explain it again?
Yeah, see again what I am saying is like what, let's say you have taken certain research paper, you have taken a research paper, let's say from Journal of Marketing, and from Journal of Marketing, the title of the paper is, let's say, like the impact of peer group on your choice of promotions for buying luxury products, right? Let's say this is the
Okay.
title of the paper, and for that title of the paper, let's say there is certain author, right?
Yes.
And there is a certain publisher who has like for whose journal it is, right? So
Okay.
what I'm saying, like before picking up that paper as your source, right, before preparing annotation for that source, like you need, the first step before preparing the annotation is first try to analyze the source, whether whatever source I am using,
Okay.
is its quality good or is it relevant. So whatever paper you are referring, you must check that paper from these three dimensions. What are those three dimensions? The first is you critically look at the topics and the sources of research. That is very important. Is the first thing is like who is the author, right? What are his
Okay.
credentials? What are his qualifications? When was this study conducted? Is it relevant in the current times for which you are conducting research? Right? If
Okay.
that research work is not like it's not relevant to your research, then why are you citing? Right? Second is like who has published that work. You have to look at the
Okay.
credibility of the publisher. You have to look at the credibility of the journal, right? Then third
Okay.
thing is you have to look at like for whom you published, for whom you wrote this paper. Are there any errors in that work? Is there any omission of facts? Are they hiding any facts? Are there any
Okay.
biases? Are they using their opinions to present their opinions as a truth? Like what
Okay.
is the credibility of that source? Like you have to check this everything before picking up any article for citation,
Okay, sir.
right?
Okay, sir.
That's what I
Thank
want
you,
to
sir.
say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything else, please? Yes, we know, sir.
Any more questions, friends? Most of the friends are very happy with your presentations. All are
Thank
giving
you,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
The
I'm
same
blessed. I'm blessed.
very good one.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Now we can conclude our session.
Can I close the slide, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now I invite Sri Rakesh, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Mahatma Gandhi College, Trivandrum, for delivering the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Vinod sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Thank
Audible.
you, sir. Thank you. A respected resource person of this session, Dr. Vikas Deep, sir. Respected Principal, Dr. Ampli ma'am. Head of the Department, Dr. Dilip AS. Program Coordinator, Dr. Vinod AS. Other organizing committee members and all other participants. A warm good evening to one and all. On behalf of Department of Commerce, MG College, Trivandrum, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Vikas Deep, Assistant Professor, University School of Business Studies, Punjabi University, for this wonderful and informative session on the topic how to write annotated bibliography. I am sure that the participants have gained a lot from your session, sir. It was indeed an honor for being a part of this session. Thank you. Thank you once again, Dr. Vikas Deep, sir. Then I would like to extend our gratitude, Dr. Ampali ma'am, the principal of MG College Trivandrum, head of the department, Dr. Dilip AS, program coordinator, Dr. Vinod AS, other organizing committee members, and my dear participants for all the support and involvement in this session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Rakesh, for your kind words. And now the session is going to end. Thank you all. Tomorrow our session starts by evening 5 o'clock. So tomorrow is the last date